Hi guys, on today's video we will look at the Samsung S20 with the OnePlus 8. As you know, these are both new phones which have just been released recently, and we're going to look at the key specs of both phones, and at the end we are going to make a decision on which one is better and which one I would prefer in terms of money, specs and other similar features. Now let's go ahead and have a look at the first few key features of both phones. You've got the price, you've got the display, and you've got the processor. So there's a massive difference in price, roughly about $300. The OnePlus 8 is a flagship phone. It's priced at over $1,000. So for a flagship phone, you're supposed to get flagship features. Now let's see if that's true. You've got the bigger display size on the OnePlus 8 of 6.55 inch. I personally prefer the bigger phones, but is there a difference between the 6.2 and the 6.55? I don't think so. Both, surprisingly, have got the 865 Snapdragon processor, which is a very good processor. You've got 8GB RAM as standard on both devices, but if you paid a little bit extra, which is more than the price that you're paying at the moment for the OnePlus 8, you can have the 12GB RAM. Will you need it? Will you see the difference if you're a normal user, if you're not a gamer? I don't think so. The OnePlus 8 has got a 16 megapixel wide camera, and the Samsung S20 has a 12 megapixel wide camera. Now, what's disappointing was the battery size. I would expected the OnePlus 8 to have at least 4,500 milliamperes, but the Samsung S20 has a respectable 4,000. I think smartphones these days are using the 4,000 mark as a standard thing now in all their phones. Any phones which come out, they're expected to have around the 4,000 mark. Now the next few key features are the storage, the screen refresh rate and the unlocking. Now the biggest thing for me is the screen refresh rate. This shows me how smooth, how interactive the screen is, how app switching is, how you can switch between different pages, how quickly you can do this. Now, as standard on the OnePlus 8, you get the 90 Hz, which is respectful and it's good enough, it's quite fast. But on the Samsung S20, you get 60 Hz as standard, but in the settings, you can adjust it to 120, which is rapid. Can you tell the difference between 60 and 90? Perhaps you can. Now, can you tell the difference between 120 and 90? Definitely you can tell the difference between 120 Hz and 90 Hz. But the thing that you have to remember is the higher screen refresh rate, the more battery it's going to consume. So if you're not into that sort of thing and you don't mind, a super fast phone, stick to the 60 Hz. It's good enough. Now, another thing that really bothers me is the unlocking. Now, I prefer to have the Face ID unlock on phones, but it can be problematic at times. But both phones are using the unlocking feature as a fingerprint inbuilt in the screen. Now, I don't mind that. However, I do like to have the unlocking on the side where it has a button. The button on the side detects your finger and it opens. I mean, when you hold a phone, the thumb naturally goes on that side. So fingerprint, both have fingerprints, but the OnePlus has the Face ID as expected on a flagship phone. The selfie camera on the OnePlus 8 is a little bit better, and both have quick charge, but not that much difference between the OnePlus 8 and the Samsung S20. Now let's make our mind up, and I think my mind is made up. Definitely the Samsung S20, it matches or it beats the OnePlus 8 on a few different levels. For example, it matches it on the Snapdragon processor. It's got the same RAM, the more or less the same quick charge, same on display fingerprint unlocking. So for $300, you're not getting that much extra, and definitely the Samsung S20 is the winner today. And also, one thing I would like to mention about OnePlus is that they used to be a flagship killer company. Now they've become a flagship company. And that's the end of my video, guys. See you on the next one. If you want me to compare more phones, please let me know in the comments below. Unbox Geezer. Peace out.